Hi, I'm Brooks Holland. I teach professional responsibility at Gonzaga University School of Law, where I also teach criminal law, criminal procedure, and trial advocacy. I'm co-author with Leah Christensen in the West Learning Series casebook, Learning Professional Responsibility, From the Classroom to the Practice of Law. Professor Christensen and I were very enamored of the West Learning Series, in particular, Professor Merritt and Professor Simmons' textbook, Learning Evidence, which Professor Christensen has used in her own evidence class. In our view, this series provides students with a really innovative and effective way for learning upper class material, particularly in code courses like professional responsibility. What's particularly effective about the learning series that we build into our professional responsibility textbook is that it takes the law that would be taught in any one of these courses and it does something that the Carnegie Foundation report identified as lacking in so much legal education. It connects that law to actual situations involving full dimensional people and problems. The format of learning professional responsibility should provide immediate and tangible benefits to law students while they are in law school. Because of its emphasis on practical application and assessment, students who at that same time period will be studying hands-on in clinical programs, internships, or externships should see immediately how beneficial the rules and applications they'll learn through this textbook are to them, even as law students. One particular feature in learning professional responsibility about which we are excited is our use of a microchapter format. Each chapter in Learning Professional Responsibility will address only a discrete rule or subject, and through practical application and formative assessment will ensure that students thoroughly understand that rule and subject before they proceed to the next microchapter. Microchapters will be organized thematically into topical or thematic units. For instance, the unit on developing and managing an ethical law practice will include microchapters on subjects such as advertising, fees, trust accounts, and the sale of a law practice. With a traditional casebook, we spend a lot of our class time unpacking dense series of judicial opinions for students who often rely on us in the classroom to help them through this process. With learning professional responsibility, we instead capitalize on the strengths that upper-class students already bring to their courses, their ability more efficiently to process and synthesize legal information. This approach will free lots of class time for alternative learning activities between the teacher and the student, with supporting resources to provide for a flexible and dynamic approach to classroom learning. Learning where students, instead of studying opinions, lawyer problems. Professor Christensen and I are very excited to work with teachers who may choose to adopt learning professional responsibility as their choice for a professional responsibility textbook. To get out in front of the transition for new adoptees, we've spent a lot of time working in our teacher's manual and our supporting website to ease that transition by making very clear on a continuing basis from chapter to chapter what the goals and priorities of the course are and options teachers may have to tailor the course to their own teaching preferences. We also will make ourselves available to any teachers who request further support, clarification, or just some help on ideas for teaching a particular class within the overall textbook format. The practice of law for me for almost the past 20 years has been a very one-on-one client-centered experience. My background is as a public defender in New York City and as a federal attorney handling criminal appeals. And what's driven me to love the law and to understand what it can offer has been the work I've been able to do with my clients and my clients' families. Professional responsibility, I see, as a great opportunity for students to see how they can enrich and empower other people's lives while fulfilling their own career aspirations as well, realizing professional happiness.